So what's Wing Chun, and why would somebody pick Wing Chun over other Kung Fu? For me, it was serendipity. Up till I achieved my Olympic dream in 2016, my time has always been split between swimming and studying. I had limited time, and most Kung Fu has like hundreds of movements to master. It's impossible to learn over a summer vacation. And Wing Chun, only 8 movements. And so my sifu decided to teach me Wing Chun during my early teenage years. Little did I know that those 8 movements were an endless exploratory of the mind, body, and soul. Like one moment, I would think I've grasped it, and the next, I realized there's something more to learn. So when did Wing Chun become popular? In the 60s and 70s, film directors would pick Nan Chuan, Hong Chuan, but not Wing Chun. Even foreigners would know about Wong Fei Hong, Fok Yun Gap, but not Ip Man. In my sifu's perspective, Wing Chun only got popularized under Bruce Lee's influence, and only after the movie Ip Man, which was famously portrayed by Donnie Yen in 2008. There's another reason of its popularity. In this digital age, people are more and more valuing speed and efficiency. Now, if there's something in our mind, just Google or Baidu search it. Type in the search engine, and there you'll immediately find your answer. We're accustomed to getting to answers so quickly and easily that the notion of fishing for an answer seems very uncommon now. Most Kung Fu got like hundreds of movements. And to memorize them, it takes a lot of time. The only way to acquire them is to do them on repeat, over and over again, super time consuming. While practice also makes perfect in Wing Chun, it is guided by some unifying principles. One can grasp it more easily through scientific understanding. So let me delve into these unifying principles. There's one major difference between Wing Chun and other Kung Fu. Let's think about it. It's quite distinctive. All the movements in Kung Fu are done in circular, except the ones in Wing Chun, they're in triangles. Has anyone noticed that the Chinese character Wing on the right-hand side is consistent of triangles? Triangles are advantages because they're short and straightforward. In Wing Chun, it demonstrates the greatest power output in the shortest distance. All right, here's another question. How many people can Wing Chun attack in the same time? Just shout it out, take a guess. 10. I knew you would say 10. I knew it. No, it's actually 3. There are only three angles in the triangle. What is the blind spot of Wing Chun? The blind spot of Wing Chun is the back. You've probably seen it in some Bruce Lee's movie. If you look closely, he'll get hit in the back, do a flip, and stand up. So if you ever want to fight some street gangs using Wing Chun, remember to stick your back to the wall. No Kung Fu is invincible, including Wing Chun, but it's useful and applicable. My sifu always tells me that Wing Chun and other serpent-style Kung Fu are great. Now, each Kung Fu has its own uniqueness and greatness that we can learn from. Some people would describe Hong Chuan and Nan Chuan like steel chains, and they express such physical prowess. One punch can just defeat a bunch of people. But between 15 to 30-year-old, you can feel as powerful as Mike Tyson. But aging is inevitable. You know, one day we'll feel that our legs don't work like they used to before. And when that day comes, can we perform at the same level again? Wing Chun is very technical. It is very reliant on mechanics and skills. This is important because physical stamina is not forever, but technique is. Okay, so we talked about movements. What else makes Wing Chun so intense? It is a heavy load on the brain as well. Well, some may say this is exaggerating, come on. Let's talk about Siu Nim Tao. What is Siu Nim Tao? Some people say it's a name given by Mui Si Tai, the woman who invented Wing Chun. Some say that it's from the cultural heritage of Siu Lam Zi. But I find my Sifu's explanation most reasonable. What is Siu Nim Tao? It is using the least physical movements, but utmost willpower and intention to direct your fist. All right, look at this Tan Sao. It is perfectly aligned in the middle of my body while I extend it out. Looks easy, right? Try it. Stay in your seat and try it. And to make sure your neighbors don't cheat, look to your left and right, and make sure that both of their shoulders are perfectly stuck to the back of the seat. And you're extending your arm out, but your elbows and hands are aligned and they're perfectly in the middle of your body. Right. Not that easy. It's not straightforward. Yeah, your elbows are out. Yes, and the back has to be perfectly stuck to the back. Right, this is the real taste of Wing Chun. Simple and subtle movements, but huge dedication, both on the brain and on the body. Why? Because our backs are consisted of many small muscles. Proper Wing Chun requires us to utilize and connect these muscles to deliver precision and power. You know, it creates a tug of war between your muscles. And the resistance can be so strong that, if done properly, you can feel the burn in your muscles within seconds. So it's like Mike Tyson's three movements, jab, haka, hu. Wing Chun movements is also an endless exploratory that you can play on it forever and you still find something to learn. So Wing Chun has been one of the greatest gifts in my life. Practicing it has given me different lessons at different life stages. When I first started it, when I was about 13, 14 years old, it was simply a form of expression like any active teenager. And then when I started serious training in swimming, it helped develop my back muscle. Then, it helped me achieve precision in my movements when I got to a level where details can make or break my swimming career. As I mature, it not only helped me physically, but also mentally and emotionally, especially after missing 2 Olympics. I was heartbroken and I was ready to quit. But learning how to direct my thoughts, to engage in a deep synchronization between my brain, mind, and muscle, forced me to stabilize my mind and being very mindful and intentional, I developed a sense of self-awareness, confidence, and groundedness. And eventually, it gave me courage to try it for the third time. And this time, after a very long journey, I finally made it. I finally made it to my childhood dream. So ladies and gentlemen, my sifu taught me Wing Chun and its life lessons. Life, like Wing Chun, is also guided by your thoughts and intention. If you exert too much power in your movements, you will lose balance and become less powerful. But if you don't exert enough power in your movements, you will lose an edge and you will lose your current position. In life, you can't force anything, but also you need to seize your opportunities at the right time. It's like 七少. You need to constantly maintain an appropriate amount of power, sense your surrounding, sense your opponent, and adapt to life's happenings. Be fluid. You got to be like water. So my Sigong Ip Chun cannot be here tonight, but I would like to especially acknowledge my Sigong's last and best disciple, who is also a very special figure in my life, my Sifu Lee Chun Pong, who also cannot be here tonight. He had an emergency this morning, so. But if he was here, he would tell you that, as he would tell me a lot of times, Wing Chun is not to fight, but to avoid fight and safeguard yourself. Done.